Hi Virgo, this is your May 9th through May 15th weekly tarot reading. I do 5 separate spreads in my weekly readings. We'll have a spread on new love, a separate spread on love in an existing relationship or marriage. I'll do an X spread. We'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances, and we'll see what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love this week. We have the King of Wands clarified by the Six of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Ace of Wands. We also have the Four of Wands. In the potential outcome, we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Chariot and the Ten of Cups, and we also have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or a Cancer, or pretty much any zodiac sign. This is a general reading. Not only is it a general reading, it's a very fast-moving, forward reading. Virgo, I don't know if you are used to moving forward really quickly, and I'm saying it with love. No, earth signs like to take things slow, like to know what happens in the future. You will definitely know what happens in the future with this person, because this person is going to be very straightforward, very direct with you, right? And we'll talk about that in just a second, but this is still something that's going to happen very quickly, right? So get ready, Virgo, right? And here this King of Wands comes, right? It could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If they're not a fire sign, they could have a lot of fire in their chart, or it could be somebody who is a leader, the one with an initiative, somebody who is in the spotlight, somebody who is easy to get up and go. And get up and go they will, right? They're clarified by the Six of Wands, and they're also surrounded by 2 aces. The Ace of Swords right next to them is clarified by the Ace of Wands. This person is ready to go. They can't wait to get the show on the road, and they're going to tell you, they're going to share that with you, right? The Six of Wands clarifying the King of Wands is a card of victory. It's a card of recognition. It's a card of attention. So you definitely have this King's full and undivided attention, right? And back in the day, the Six of Wands used to be called the proposal card, right? So that's their intention. They got serious intention. And like I said, they will share that with you. Because we have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Swords is a card of a very straightforward, very direct conversation. This person is not going to be beating around the bush. They're not going to be playing around. They'll tell you straight up what they want. What they want is you, right? And what else they want with you is a commitment or marriage. We've got 2 commitment or marriage cards on the table. We'll talk about them in just a second. The Ace of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Wands. This barely ever happens when one ace is clarified by another ace. 2 aces in the same spread, that doesn't happen a lot either, and especially when one is clarified by the other. The Ace of Wands, this is the fire sign indicator, the King of Wands indicator, and the Ace of Swords is that conversation. Very straightforward, very direct. Like I said, what they want is a commitment. The next card that came out is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is, you've guessed it, one of the commitment or marriage cards. Some people call it the 11-11 card. To me personally, the Four of Wands always reminds me of an actual wedding, because in some cultures, when people get married, they do it underneath the structure with the leaves and branches on top of it. And the structure pictured in the Four of Wands always reminds me of that. But ultimately, it is one of the commitment and marriage cards. In the potential outcome, we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Star. I mean, with the Chariot, perhaps. I don't know why I said the Star. Perhaps you're dealing with an Aquarius, right? The Chariot and the Ten of Cups. And the Wheel of Fortune is taking it to the next level, right? Whatever that level is going to be for you, most likely a commitment or marriage, right? The Wheel of Fortune is always good news in my spreads. The Chariot, the next card over, is the Personal Cancer card. But if we want to stay general, then the Chariot is a card of victory, just like the Six of Wands, by the way. The Chariot is all about moving forward. You could be going on a trip together with this person. The Wheel of Fortune could also be a travel card. But this is a card of moving forward and not looking back. Right? For some of you, when the 2 of you decide to move in together, you could relocate, right? You could relocate to another neighborhood within the same city, or a different city, different state, different country, right? Then the last card that came out is the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is the happily ever after card. It's one of the best cards when it comes to emotionally fulfilling relationships or marriages. It's a family card. If having children is still an option for you, the 2 of you could definitely have children together. And let's not forget about you, Virgo, right? The Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, that's you. Male or female, absolutely doesn't matter. And I always like when a king and a queen come out in the same spread, even the two of you are not the same suit. This still means that the two of you vibe on a similar level, the king and the queen level. You can compromise if you have to. You're two mature individuals, right? You could be 25, you could be 35, 45, doesn't matter. That means you can definitely find a lot of things in common. And that's exactly what you're going to do with the two commitment and marriage cards. So yeah, Virgo, it's going to be a fast unfolding relationship. I hope you're ready. I think you will be. I don't see any cards suggesting otherwise. I don't see any cards pointing out you'll be resisting this person or anything like that. No, quite the opposite. I think you'll be on board. Even though this person is going to be moving fast, I think you'll figure, yeah, why not come along on this ride, on this journey called life together with this person, because they're so determined. Like I said in the beginning, they're ready to go. They're ready to go right now with those aces and the 6 of wands and two commitment marriage cards, the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot. Yeah, it's all systems go. All right, I'm not going to do an extended for you, Virgo, because it's all here. It truly is all here. All right, really happy for you. Congratulations. Virgo, if you are already married or if you're in a relationship, this spread is for you. We have the Fool, clarified by the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have Justice. And we also have the Hangman on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Libra or pretty much any zodiac sign. This is a new beginning, something you've been waiting for. And let me talk about this particular scenario that I can think of, that I can actually see for some of you. But there's more scenarios, more options. So the scenario that came into my mind right away is that perhaps either you or your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, they are or you are finalizing a divorce from your previous connection, right? And in some countries, in some states, it takes a while. Even after both parties agree, to get this divorce settled down, it still takes like 6 months or a year for it to get finalized. So if you are already in a relationship and if you want to marry the new person, you still have to wait until that grace period, I guess, right? So for some of you, that's what's happening here. Your previous divorce is finalized, or their previous divorce is finalized, and now you can move forward and get married. Right? For others of you, it could be some kind of a lawsuit that's being finalized, and I don't see the two of you suing each other. Perhaps you were suing your neighbor, or there was a class action lawsuit, right? And you were a part of it, so that's finally finalized, and now you can move forward with your life. Right? So yeah, something for others of you, for another group of you, if you've been wondering if your boyfriend, your girlfriend will ever propose to you, if you were waiting for them to propose, then they're going to propose to you this week. And I hope I'm not spoiling it for you. Right? So the Fool, the first card that came out, this is a card of a new beginning, taking a leap of faith, right? And that's what you've been waiting for. Because the 7 of Pentacles clarifying the Fool is a card of waiting, right? The Hangman on the bottom of the deck all the way to your right. This is a card of stagnation, nothing happening, right? So that's what you've been waiting for something to come to an end, for something to get finalized, right? And once that is done, once that takes place, you can now move forward. So the 10 of Pentacles in the middle, this is a card of a commitment or marriage. This is also a card of financial abundance. And Justice right next to the deck, most likely it's the legal system. And like I said, it could play out in so many different ways. For some of you, you or them are finalizing their previous divorce. It could have been a class action suit, or it could have been a government organization, right? That's being in charge of whatever decision that's being that's taken so long. Right? Either way, I do see this as a new beginning for you. All right? Cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Virgo, this week. Keep in mind, it could be somebody from a couple of months ago, a year ago, or a couple of years ago, so it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. Also, keep in mind, we're now firmly in Mercury retrograde mode. That means more exes than usual could potentially resurface. And here's one of them. We have the Magician, clarified by the Six of Cups. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And we also have the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Yeah, this King of Cups is probably a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. If they're not a water sign, they could be somebody who is mature and in control of their emotions, but at the same time still very loving. The Six of Cups, clarifying the Magician all the way to your left, is a card of a soulmate connection, but at the same time it's also a card of somebody coming back from the past. What's interesting about this spread, Virgo, is that there is only one message that I can see, but it's a very clear, very distinctive message. It looks like this person, this King of Cups, did a lot of work on themselves. I don't know how exactly that could be interpreted for you. Perhaps this person needed to take care of themselves physically, or they needed to get a job, they needed to get their shit together in some other way, right, in some other area of their life, but it kind of looks like they took care of it, and that's the main message here. You can take it or leave it, you can interpret it however you want, but that's what the message is, right? The Magician, the first card that came out, is a card of manifestation, but at the same time it's also a card of action. So this person's been actively doing something, and I think they've been working on themselves. The Ten of Wands, the next card that came out, this is a card of a burden. So they did put a lot of effort and time on whatever is necessary for them to transition themselves, to work on themselves. It was hard for them, but they got it done. The Eight of Pentacles right next to the deck is a card of work, business, and finances. For some of them, they got a job, or they got a better job, or they excelled at their job. Or the Eight of Pentacles could also be interpreted as a card of perfection, a card of somebody who is working hard on something. So like I said, whatever problem this person had, they worked on it, and I think they fixed it. So that's the only message I see here. Virgo, perhaps you can make a judgment call based on that. But if we have this King of Cups here, you will probably be hearing from them. All right? Cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Virgo. This week we have the Six of Wands, clarified by the Seven of Wands. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Hermit. And we also have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Taurus or pretty much any zodiac sign. Well, winner, chicken dinner. This is a victory spread. The Six of Wands, the first card that came out, this is a card of victory, success, recognition. It's clarified by the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is a card of somebody who is on active defense, right? So if you are applying for a new job, the job is yours, because you'll fight off the competition, right? If you are up for a promotion, you will get the promotion. If you're up for a raise, you'll get the raise. If you are trying to push your agenda through at your existing job, for example, you have a vision, right? And you believe a certain project should be completed in a certain way, or if you should start purchasing equipment from a particular vendor, or you have a vision for the whole company moving forward, right? You'll be able to defend that and win, right? The Six of Swords, the next card over. This is a card of an improvement. This is a card of a rough patch being over. This is a card of things getting better. Right, the Hermit right next to the deck is your personal card, Virgo. That's you, and it's always a good sign to have your own card in your own reading. And the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. When it comes to work, business, and finances, the Hierophant for me is a card of something formal or something official. So a workplace or a business place. Right? If you run your own business, I think you'll come on top. Say you are a contractor and you'll be bidding on something, they will choose you. Or say you decide to come up with a new line of products and they'll be competing against other companies, your line of products will win. Right? But one word of advice for you, Virgo, don't take this spread for granted. If you still have to do your homework, if you still have to do certain things in order for you to reach the success, recognition, and victory, still do it, right? And then that, if you continue doing that, if you keep pushing, then the victory is yours. All right? Cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen, Virgo, this week. We have the Lovers, we have Temperance, we have the Seven of Pentacles clarified by the Eight of Wands, and we also have the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with Gemini or a Sagittarius. What you're not expecting is actually something you've been waiting for, patiently waiting for, is finally coming your way. Perhaps you didn't expect it to come your way so quickly, or you did not expect the results, right? So the Lovers, the first card that came out, it could be a Gemini you're dealing with. The Lovers could be a choice, or perhaps you're waiting for someone or a company to make a choice. If you're applying for a job, you're waiting to hear back from them. If you applied for something else, you're waiting for them to make a decision. Or perhaps this is some other information or a message you're waiting for, right? Temperance in the middle is the personal Sagittarius card. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but Temperance could be a card of patience, so you've been patiently waiting for something, for a message, for a decision. And the Seven of Pentacles, the next card that came out, is a card of waiting. Right, and it's clarified by the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is a card of communication or travel. You could have been patiently waiting for someone to come your way, and perhaps you did not expect this person to show up so quickly. The Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck, in this case, I believe this is a message that you've been waiting for, and it's finally coming your way. So hopefully it's some good news. I don't see any destruction, I don't see any negativity out of this message. Perhaps, like I said, you didn't think it would be resolved so quickly. Perhaps you thought it was going to take much longer, but here it is. Alright, so yeah, that's what I have for you, Virgo, for this reading. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Virgo, have an amazing week. And there you have it. This was your tarot reading for this time period. I hope it resonated with you and helps you live a better life one way or the other. Thank you for watching, sharing, and subscribing.